Race number 5 at Belmont Park. It is the first leg of the quaddy and is a staying event over the 2,200 metres. The replay horse that we are going to put our attention to is one of my favourites, the 10-year-old Grey. Won this race as a 9-year-old, was able to just battle out strongly, of course, being attacked by a couple of gallopers there. I am speaking of Vidello Blue. Let's take a look at that last start victory now.
Back in the field as they come around the home turn by Galaxy Prince at the 300. Vidello Blue wobbled away from the fence, tackled by Ready to Fire. Don't get caught, getting home along the inside from Andy's boy. Vidello Blue though still giving. He's fighting tooth and nail down to the 100. Don't get caught, and Ready to Fire trying to bridge the margin, but he is going to defy them, and he'll turn 10 Monday, but he celebrates.
It was the leader's day on this occasion, but what a performance by the 9-year-old. As I said, now 10 to hold off Ready to Fire. Had been leading throughout, was being attacked, but just continued to knuckle down. It was its 75th career start, brought up its 10th victory, is placed on 26 occasions. It was a really good ride by Randy Tan. And Toby Roney mentioned after the race that he's just not stopping. He'll continue to run as long as he's feeling fresh, and he's showing that as well. Doesn't mind a soft track, 11 attempts, 2 victories and 4 placings. That win was on a good 4, but did have a bit of sting out of the track as well. So I think again can certainly play a part. Outside of that, Galloper number 3, Don't Get Caught, is one that we threw out last up, but again was disappointing. The Belmont Park record is something we have to take note of. 8 attempts and only 2 placings. Has never won at the track. Has won once on a soft track from 5 attempts as well. William Pite takes a ride. Does get a 2-kilo swing on Vidello Blue for 0.8 lengths, so certainly comes right in contention for this race. The one that we're really keen about though has to be number 5, Material Man. Justin Warwick has a strong hand here, of course Ready to Fire in the race as well. Gets a 2-kilo swing from that replay that we saw, but Material Man, career stats, 7 starts, 5 victories and a second. Last start was an impressive winner over the 1600. That was in a 66 plus when ridden by Peter Hall. Now Lucy Warwick takes the ride again, and what Justin, Lucy and Peter Hall have all said is that when this horse steps out over 2,000 metres plus, with the way it settles, we're going to see a different animal. Already been very impressive, so I'm quite excited to see how it does go over the 2,200 metres, but with what we've seen and the reports from them, have to put it on top here. Number 5, Material Man. From 8, Ready to Fire. Number 3, Don't Get Caught. And 2, Vidello Blue. Race number 6 at Belmont Park. It is our listed event. It's the Belmont Newmarket over the 1,200 metres. An intriguing affair, and how can we go past the replay of the last start winner, First Among Equals, in the listed Bolton. One of the better performances you will see after being wide in a very handy field with most of the horses in this race. Was still able to win by a head from barrier 12. Let's take a look at that replay now.
For home, Checkpoint at the head of the others with Havana. Inside the 300, Rebel King led the way from Red Aura. Under pressure, here comes Rock Magic though, and First Among Equals coming right down the crown of the course with his run. Rock Magic nearing the 100, hits the lead. First Among Equals, he's starting to run on strongly. First Among Equals levels up, grabbed the lead in the shadows. He won the Bolton on return.
An amazing performance here by First Among Equals. We saw last campaign this horse just really grew and went to that next level. Reports that we may see the galloper head over East as well, and Simon Miller is quite keen for that. But while this horse is here, I think we really have to appreciate what we may be seeing, because from barrier 12, it had been a day where you had to be leading throughout. This horse just sat wide throughout and still attacked the line strongly and was able to win very impressively, as I mentioned. Now, comes into barrier 4 here. It does go up in the weights, carries at 58.5 kilos, but from what we saw, this gallop is just going to be too good. It's had 4 attempts at the track and distance for 4 victories, 1 from 1 on a soft track as well. It has to be the best bet of the day, and these other horses are going to have to lift to try and beat it. Rock Magic was a really good performance, finishing second on that occasion. Another one that attacked the line strongly. Drawn well again in barrier 2, but I'm just not sure how it's going to beat First Among Equals. I think the Neville Parnham gallopers will see a good performance. The Checkpoint was really good, drawn nicely again here in barrier 3, and Malibu Style will appreciate a little bit of sting out of the ground. And Travanator has been very honest as well. His last 2 runs, it's finished 4th. Was beaten 3.5 lengths in that last run by First Among Equals, and 5 lengths to start before by Military Rain. Even go back to start before that, 2 lengths by Shidell. So the form lines are good enough, but as I said, the best bet of the day has to be number 2, First Among Equals. From number 1, Rock Magic, 6, Malibu Style, and 4, Checkpoint. Race number 7 at Belmont Park. It is over the 1,650 metres. Another intriguing affair. We've got plenty of speed in the race, horses that will appreciate that, and some that really need to lift in the field as well. I think the Forgotten One is one that we've all got a pretty good opinion of, but just hasn't shown that in recent times. The replay that we're going to take a look at though, a change of stables, meant a victory for number 7, Falcon Crest. Attacked the line strongly and was very impressive.
Side Indefatigable, and they're being followed by Falcon Crest coming down the middle. Further back, Starkle at the 250. Wide out, Falcon Crest reaches the lead. Starkle Local runs on, Say It, Sing It. Tycoon Target still battling away there after being off the track. O'Reilly's Crumpet through along the rail, but Falcon Crest races clear. First up for new trainer Puffer Williams. Falcon Crest ridden with great gusto by...
Formerly with the Adam Durant stable, now with Grant and Alana Williams, and what a debut performance it was for this galloper for that new stable. Improved its record now to 10 starts, 2 victories and 3 placings, and Grant just mentioned after the race that he's always had a pretty good opinion of this galloper. It's showing plenty in work, and Jared Noski hopped off and was really impressed with the way that the horse ran through the line. This horse has normally been a stayer, runs over 2,000 metres plus. They did say they would get up there, but they take their time as well because they've just seen enough in the turn of foot to be able to win races around this distance. It was a nice win over the 1400, steps up to the 1650 here, and William Pite takes the ride as well. We can't see any soft form. There's a bit of a question mark there. Did win a trial though over 1,000 metres on a soft track, so we know can get through it quite fairly as well. Has to be one of the leading chances in this race. I mentioned in the preview, number 8, the Forgotten One, just been quite disappointing in recent times. 12 starts now, 2 victories and 4 thirds, but this was a galloper that I think most of us thought would play a part in the carnival. Some really good form lines around the Flirt and other gallopers like that, Material Man, but just hasn't been able to go on with it. Barrier 7 here, 55 kilos, has won on a soft track before, but does need to take that next step. Some other gallopers to keep an eye on in this race. Number 1, Barracky Beats, very impressive the last 3 runs, a 3rd and 2 seconds behind Cronkite, Material Man as well. Doesn't mind these type of conditions, looks to be the natural leader. Barrier 1, a small concern. We know this horse does play up a little bit in the barrier, so as long as it jumps and runs strongly, it can lay out the top of the straight. It's a handful for Ryan Hill, but it's in good enough form. And number 2, Blackwood, I think we have to give another chance here. Mentioned on box seat for the first up performance that maybe the 1300 metres was just going to be too short and that she may be a little bit more down now. I think that was exactly the case. Steps up to 1650, but is 2 from 2 on a soft track, 2 from 2 second up, and 1 from 1 at the track and distance as well. So that is why I'm going to be tipping her on top. Number 2, Blackwood. From number 7, Falcon Crest, 1, Barracky Beats, and 8, the Forgotten One. Race number 8 at Belmont Park. It is over the 1200 metres and a race that is going to have plenty of tempo in it, with number 5 Tranquilla Sunrise definitely going to go to the front and make sure this is run at an honest tempo, and that may suit our replay horse number 1 Max Almighty here. Finished second last start behind Maginica, attacked the line strongly in a day which was very hard to make up ground.
Followed by Warbrook, but Maginica, the baldy-faced galloper, led clearly inside the 300, put up over 2.5 lengths. American Star, Jebel Musa runs on. Further back behind them, snits along Warbrook and Pop Hero, Max Almighty, but Maginica has sailed away from them. Maginica opening right up for Smoke and Joe, extending the margin late in the race and came away, won it by nearly 4. Second, Max Almighty.
Strong performance there by Max Almighty. As we said, it was very hard to make up ground on that occasion, and from barrier 10 had to go back, but was one of the few in the day to actually be able to run on strongly and finish second behind Maginica, which we know has won 2 from 2 this campaign, is certainly looking very good as well. Placed on a soft track 3 starts ago, a winner 4 starts ago as well. Very hard to catch this horse. Has had the 23 career starts and only 2 victories with 10 placings, but I think in a field like this can certainly play a part. Another galloper to keep an eye on is number 5 Tranquilla Sunrise. Will definitely put the speed in this race. Since going to trainer Robert Elliott has just turned the tables. Randy Tan has had 3 winners on this galloper as well. Last start was beaten 6 lengths by State Solicitor, but that's no knock on the horse either. State Solicitor is in some serious form. Drops back from the 1300 to the 1200, which is a big bonus. 4 attempts on a soft track, 2 victories and a 3rd. If they let this horse get too far in front, they will not catch it as well. So it is one to definitely keep note on. Number 6, Patrimonio. Again, a really good form lines, but a hard one to catch. 9 starts, 2 victories, 4 placings. Last start finished second at Kalgoorlie behind Snitzelong. We'll need to improve on that performance, but from barrier 11, we jagged back and then attacked the line strongly. And the one that I think we need to keep an eye on and will be the one to beat is number 8, Your Rumman. Was very impressive when winning first up. Beat Regal Gleam by 2 lengths. Now that galloper's gone on to win 2 since. Last start met a very good field, including State Solicitor. Was beaten 3.5 lengths on that occasion on a soft track. And like its stablemate One Short, I think it was just one short of a gallop. Needed that performance. Should be fitter for that run now as well, and I think is the one to beat. I'm putting it on top in this race. Number 8, Your Rumman. From number 1, Max Almighty, 5, Tranquilla Sunrise, and number 6, Patrimonio. Time now to turn our attention to the best bets of the card, and I'm focusing in the back end of the quaddie here. Race number 6, of course, the listed Newmarket. I'm going to go with number 2, First Among Equals. Very hard to tip against after what we saw first up. And then the final race of the day, race 8, number 8, Your Rumman. Looks very hard to beat as well with those form lines around Regal Gleam and also State Solicitor. As we always do say, do follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and also Twitter. PerthRacing.com.au for all of your event information. There's plenty coming up as well. And do keep an eye on the conditions. You can look at the RAWA website to see what kind of track we are running on and if there is more rain expected. I'm Adam McGrath. Hopefully found you a couple more winners for box seat, and we'll be back again later on next week with the next edition.